If you've ever wondered why a toner went muddy, why warmth keeps coming back, or why your neutral never looked truly neutral, the answer isn't the formula, it's in the understanding of the color wheel. Welcome back. My name is Orla, hairstylist full time, owner of a hair salon, and educator. And today we're starting at the most important place in all of color theory, the color wheel. Before we talk about placement, foils, troubleshooting, or advanced techniques, we need to understand how color actually behaves because every formula we mix, every correction we attempt, and every tone we neutralize is governed by the same rules, whether we know them or not. The lesson is about building a strong foundation. Once you understand the color wheel, everything else in color becomes more predictable, intentional, and controlled. Let's begin. So, what is the color wheel? The color wheel is a visual representation of how colors relate to one another. It comes from traditional art theory and applies directly to hair color, even though our medium is more complex. In hair, we're not mixing paint on a canvas, we're working on underlining pigment, light reflection, porosity, and translucency. But the rules of the color wheel still apply. They tell us how colors are created, how they interact, and how they cancel or enhance one another. So there are three primary hair colors: red, yellow, and blue. Primary colors cannot be created by mixing other colors together. They are the building blocks of every color we see, including every shade that exists in hair color. In hair color, primary pigments are always present at different levels. Even when we don't see them clearly, they're influencing the result. When we mix two primary colors together, we create secondary colors. For example, red and yellow equals orange, yellow and blue equal green, and blue and red equal violet. These secondary colors play a major role in neutralization and correction. They are often what we are targeting when warmth or unwanted tones appear. Tertiary colors are created when a primary color is mixed with a neighboring secondary color. These create more nuanced tones like red-orange, blue-violet, or yellow-green. In hair color, tertiary tones are everywhere. They're why color rarely looks purely warm or purely cool, and why precision matters when correcting or refining tone. Neutralization, what cancels what? One of the most important functions of the color wheel is neutralization. Color that sits opposite each other on the color wheel cancel one another out. So red is neutralized by green, orange is neutralized by blue, yellow is neutralized by violet, and so forth. Neutralization does not remove color, it balances it. If too much opposing pigment is added, the result can look muddy, gray, or flat. Understanding balance is key. This is a very difficult thing to do, and we can see this often when we tone, where the color goes muddy. So brown is not a single pigment, it's a balance. In art theory, brown is created by mixing all three primary colors together: red, yellow, and blue. In hair color, brown is achieved when warmth and coolness are balanced in the correct proportion. Too much warmth and the brown looks brassy. Too much coolness and it looks muddy or hollow. True rich brown lives in balance, not in the absence of warmth. Three yellow, one red, and a tiny bit of blue, or three yellow, two red, and one blue is what is considered pretty standard brown. Add at your own discretion the blue. It is quite heavy on the pigment. I would highly encourage you to try this out with something like Play-Doh to see if you can make the perfect brown. Gray is created by balancing warmth and coolness at equal intensity. On the color wheel, gray occurs when opposing pigments cancel each other out evenly. In hair color, gray appears when warmth is neutralized, not eliminated. If the balance is correct, the results can look soft and refined. If over-neutralized, the hair can look flat, dull, or lifeless. Gray is a balance, not domination. In art theory, black can be created by combining all three primary colors in strong concentration. In hair color, black is achieved through density and saturation, just not depth. It requires a strong presence of all pigments layered correctly to avoid transparency or greenish undertones. This is why blacks can fade warm, cool, or hollow, depending on how they were built. Black is not the absence of color, it is the presence of all color. When color goes wrong, it's rarely because the wheel failed, it's because it wasn't applied correctly. Common issues include over-neutralization, neutralizing the wrong underlining tone, forgetting existing pigment, incorrect ratios, assuming ash fixes everything. The color wheel doesn't guess, it responds exactly to what you put in it. When you truly understand the color wheel, you stop guessing. You understand why warmth returns. You understand why a toner didn't hold. You understand why something went muddy, hollow, or overly cool. The color wheel gives you control. It allows you to correct intentionally, formulate intelligently, and design color instead of reacting to it. Now, there will be another video, if not multiple, on color theory, just because I feel like it is so heavy in the theory side, and sometimes it's easier in smaller bite sized pieces. So, how do we apply this behind the chair, what we've learned here today? When you approach color with the color wheel in mind, you stop reacting and start designing. Before you formulate, ask what pigments are present, what is dominant, what needs to be balanced, not erased. What do I want to add? What is the end goal? Do I have to do more than one toning session to get to what I want? This is how you create predictable professional results every time. You need to understand the why. Thank you for joining me today on the importance of the color wheel. There will be another video, I believe, on this one. Primary, secondary, and tertiary colors, neutralization, balance, brown, gray, and black. These are not abstract concepts. These are rules governing every color service we perform. Once you understand these principles, everything else in the color becomes clearer. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe, like, comment anything you want to see, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.